Namaste, Kumar. You are muted.
Yep. Let's start with 3 ohms. Please take a deep breath. Prabhatam, Namo Namaha, depending on where you are. I don't see Purna yet. Okay. As and when she comes, you can chant. So, there are only 4 of us here. Others, I don't know what happened to the rest. Sumati is here. Yeah. And this Yoga Sutra screen.
Namaste, Kumarji.
Namaste, namaste. Yeah. Okay. I still don't see Purna. Okay, probably she would make it this morning. All right. Okay, let's start with in the first two sutras of this chapter. We saw what is Kriya Yoga, and we saw that active yoga or Kriya Yoga is actually tapas, swadhyaya, and Ishvara pranidhanani. That is, tapas is meditation or burning of getting rid of all the embedded programs, karma, klesha, chittavrittis, and all that. And swadhyaya is self-study, and Ishvara pranidhanani is surrender to the divine. And why do we do that? The intention, what is the intention of doing Kriya Yoga? Is to attain samadhi and to understand this body is just a is just a tool with the kleshas, with the impurities. It's just an instrument. The body is just filled with kleshas. It's just an instrument. That's what we understand, and it is to attain samadhi. That is why we are born here with this body. That is the purpose. The second sutra is actually stating the purpose of life. And then, because he brought in the terminology klesha, in the next few sutras he's talking about kleshas, the 5 types of kleshas: avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abniveshaka, those 5. And then he's giving explanation to each one of the 5. So we have seen all that. And he also says avidya is the chief among them, and it is at the top of the stack. So having said all that and described each one of them, he says, how can we, in sutra, starting from sutra 10 through 14, he kinds of explains how these kleshas can be kind of got over. So in sutra 10, he says, pratiprasava, he uses that word pratiprasava. That is, prasava is to deliver, pratiprasava is to take it back. So just by subtle opposition, the kleshas can be countered. The kleshas can be stopped. And meditation or dhyana also helps to oppose their expression. What is their expression? Kleshas, how do they express? They express through chittavrittis. That's what he's saying. And then he goes on to explain the root klesha. That is the first time when we are launched. The root klesha, along with the supporting karmas that we have picked up in the various births, causes sufferings in that birth, that are in births that we are undergoing, as well as the ones that may come in the future. And then he says, from the roots of destruction of the klesha, from the roots of destruction means from end of life. Yeah, it fruitions. What fruitions? The karmas fruitions, and that is the cause for in which raise, longevity, and experience in that lifetime and the future lifetimes. So that is the nature of the karmas. Then he also explains the experience of birth are pleasurable or miserable, caused by the punya or papa or apunya of the previous births. So what you enjoy in this life or what you suffer in this life is based on the punya and papa, punya and apunya of the previous lives. So understand punya is pleasant reactions and apunya is regretful reactions, how we react. So everything is based on our reaction. The karmas accumulate based on our reaction. So you may have a very pleasurable experience. As long as you don't react to it, you'll be fine. Similarly, an apunya thing may be happening. As long as you don't react, there is no karma that you accumulate. In the next few sutras, the explanation is to understand how these karmas are viewed by people with wisdom. So he says a discriminating person understands everything to be miserable, meaning coming from the result of the samskaras, that is karma and kleshas, the impressions, and opposing the expression of gunas, and thus forming new karmas. That's what it does. So when one seeks to oppose the miseries that have not yet come, so you get rid of all these karmas. So the next couple of sutras, we are seeing what really is an observer or a seer here. So the cause to be opposed and the association between the seer is what one sees as experiences. So in this process, as a seer, as an observer, we are going to see all the three gunas. So what we call as in this sutra, we are calling them as luminous, energetic, and inert, which is really sattva, rajas, and tamas. All are going to be part of us, and that's what we are going to witness, and that's what we are going to observe if we watch it closely. And then he explains the nature of gunas in the next three sutras. That's what we saw last week in Sutra 19 through 21. He is explaining the nature of the gunas, especially Sutra 19. Visheshaha, avisheshaha, linga matra, alingani, guna parvani. So the spread of the gunas are specific, non-specific, nominal, and without characteristics. These are the four types. So how do we understand this? If you go, let me scroll down here. Here, Vyasa has given a nice bhashya for this. Let's understand it through Bhashya's language. I mean, not Bhashya, Vyasa's language. Vyasa has written a nice bhashya. Let me just go up a little. Okay. Visheshaha, that is the one with specific guna. So the specific gunas are totally 11 of them. What we see, those gunas are through 11 of them. The 5 elements in us: earth, air, space, air, fire, water, and earth. The 5 elements that are part of us. And the 11 sensory organs. Actually, when we say sensory organs, we are talking about the attributes and like the sensory organs we are calling as hearing of ear, feeling of the skin, eyes, the sight, taste of the tongue, and smell of the nose, and the five sensory actions, organs of actions, that is speech, hands, feet, procreation, excretion, and finally the mind. So if you add up all that, you will get 11 of them. So he says the specific gunas we are going to experience through all these, the sense organs. So initially, what this means is, when you say specific, that means normal people are reacting to all these gunas all the time. That's what it means. Because this is what is controlling us. We see, we react. We hear something, we react. So the gunas the energy is passing through various programs to make this happen inside us. So, and then the non-specific is the self-sense of Atma. The self-sense of Atma, where we are an observer, is referred to as a non-specific element, which enables the person or the specific. Because we have to be able to, unless we have asmita, we cannot experience any of these things. We have to have that asmita characteristic in us to be able to experience all this. That is why the asmita is given there as non-specific. And then the nominal aspect of gunas is the understanding that ultimately what they indicate is what matters, likes or dislikes. That is the mind part, where everything is classified as likes and dislikes. That's what the nominal aspect of guna does. The third part, the linga matra, is where everything is divided into likes and dislikes. And finally, the fourth one, alingani guna. Alingani is no indicators. That is where we have come to a point, and finally the understanding that there is no characteristic at all when one becomes the pure observer. When you become a pure observer, there is no characteristic at all. So this is how the gunas flow through us, and you go from the lowest, that is from Visesha, where we are at this point, to all the way to Alingani. As we elevate ourselves, that's where, as our nadis get purified, as we meditate, as we understand, as jnana sets in, as Atma Vidya comes in, we will finally get to the Alingani state. So, and then he says the person who really sees indeed with pure conviction is only an instrument, of seeing. That is, when I get to this point, when I see something, I'm only an instrument of seeing, nothing more. Everything else is quietened down, no commentary on what is being seen. And that alone is the inner meaning of sight. That's what he says. Tad artha eva drishyasya atma. So that alone is the inner meaning of sight, implying that the real seer is the Purusha within. The real seer is the Purusha within, meaning that is the divine in us. The Purusha is the divine. So unless we clear all this, the Purusha will not shine. So on that note, we finished the last week. So we will move on to Sutra 22. Kritartham parinashtam api nashtam tad anya sadharanatvat. Kritartham prati nashtam api anashtam tad anya sadharanatvat. Sadharanatvat is normal people, like all of us. What do we do? Kritartham, whatever we do, in whatever activity we are engaged, whatever we do, our thinking is different from normal. Normal people, we are normal people. So our thinking is in such a way that prati, towards everything. Towards everything, our thinking is in such a way that we see everything as nashtam. Nashtam, loss, anashtam, gain or profit. So we see everything as nashtam or anashtam. Every activity that we do, we are calculating whether this is going to be profitable or not profitable. Okay. So we are just saying normal people like us, sadharanatvat, anya. Anya means different. So we have a different kind of seeing. And that seeing is with whatever we do, Kritartham, whatever we do, we see everything as loss or profit. In every relationship, in every activity that we do, this is what we do. Is there gain for me or loss for me in this? So pay attention to how you evaluate everything in every relationship. Every activity, this is how we are. So why is that we do this? Next sutra gives why we do this. Swaswami Shaktyoho Swarupa Upalabdhi Hetuhu Sanyogah. Swaswami Shaktyoho Swarupa Upalabdhi Hetuhu Sanyogah. Sanyogah means association. Swaswami. Swa means self always. Swami is the controller. Shaktiyoho. Shaktiyoho means in all the energies that one uses. Shakti. All the energies that we use. So Swaswami Shaktiyoho means whatever effort is put in, whatever effort I put in, whatever energies that I spend, that's what it means. Swaswami Shaktiyoho is whatever energies that I put in and whatever energies I control in putting in all the efforts. Swarupa Upalabdhi, in whatever form, Swarupa, in whatever form I put it in, attain. Upalabdhi is attain or what one gets out of something. Hetuhu is cause. Sanyogaha is association. So the way we associate is whatever energies I put in whatever form I put in, whatever I get back, the profit, whatever I get back, whatever I attain, I am the cause for it. This is how we see it. I am the cause for all the energies that I put in, and and what I get back out of it. Okay. This is how we see everything. Sadharana. Huh?
Upalabdhi.
Upalabdhi means to attain.
To attain.
Attain or what one gets.
Oh, thank you.
So we basically what they're saying is, I control what I reap as benefit. That kind of thinking is there in that association. And the sanyoga, that's what it says. That kind of thinking is there in that association, giving rise to profit or loss accounting. That's what we do all the time. The two sutras together are saying in everything, that energy that we are putting in every activity, we are thinking it is only because of me I'm getting the results, and the results we are seeing as profit or loss. Clear? So if we evaluate before doing anything. We evaluate whether this. So if I have to do something, I will evaluate whether this will give me loss or whether it will give me profit. Only then I will do it. Because our thinking is all short term, and everything we do only for ourselves. That's how we are. So this is very two striking sutras. It shows how we lead our lives. So when I come and teach this yoga class, I should calculate what is this class will do for me. How much money can I make? How much fame will I get? Whether these people, all the students, all these participants in this class, will they go and spread the word around? Will it make more people to come into the class? That way I become more popular. So this is the kind of thinking normal people will have. Clear? You should be able to identify yourself with all the sutras. Only then you can move away from the sutras whenever Patanjali is saying, hey, this is for sadharanatva, this is for normal people. So a spiritual, if you want to grow, you have to get out of this kind of a thinking. That's what he's saying implicitly. That's what he's mentioning. And how do we get out is what we are going to see. So having said this, now he is going to tell you, why is this happening? Why is this kind of thing? Why is this kind of thinking happening? The next sutra tells you why this is happening. Tasya hetuhu avidya. Hetuhu is cause, we know that. Tasya is his or of that, from that, whatever. Avidya, you know what avidya is, right? So he says the cause for these two for thinking that only my effort and my effort alone is making me to get profit and loss. That kind of thinking comes from avidya. Is this clear? Everyone is quiet.
Yes, it is. It's clear.
It is clear. And what is avidya? We saw in Sutra 2.5. Let me scroll up here. Now you will probably understand this sutra better. 2.5. Anitya, ashuchi, dukkha, anatmasu, nitya, shuchi, sukha, atma, kyatehi, avidya. So, anitya and nitya. Avidya, what does avidya do? Avidya makes you think. Anitya, things that are impermanent, it makes you think it is permanent. That's what avidya does. In everything that is impermanent, we think it is permanent. Like how we lead this life, we know it is impermanent, right? We are going to be here only for a few years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, but it is defined. It's a defined number of years. But we live as if we are going to be here forever. And that is a cause for all kinds of accumulation of wealth. Because we want to accumulate not only for ourselves, for generations. Shuchi, ashuchi, all untruths and all unclean things we think as clean, right? Dukkha. Dukkha is with Atma. So painful things, sorrowful things become our friends. We take them as what as completely that is very close to us. So permanent, miserable, impure things and miserable nature, we think it is pure and joyful in nature. Ashuchi, that is which is impure, we think that is pure. And things, dukkha, which is miserable or painful, we take it as joyful. So this is what we do all through our life. This is what we do, and all that is coming from that avidya. What is not in the core of us, we think that is the core of us. That is what is anatmasu to anatma, atma. This is how we are mapping everything. So this is what we defined as avidya. So that is, this avidya is what is causing us to think of life as, every event in life as profit and loss calculation. Is this making sense? Making sense, people? Oh, no answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this you have to map to yourself. Every sutra you have to map to yourself. Not to others, but to yourself. Only then that transformation will come. Only then that understanding will come. Okay. So now we have seen the way we live and how we calculate in every relationship is because of avidya. This profit and loss calculation is because of avidya. Move on to Sutra 25. Tad abhavat. Tad abhavat. Abhavat. Sanyogah abhavo hanam tadrishehi kaivalyam. Tad abhavat sanyoga abhavo hanam tadrishe kaivalyam. Kaivalyam is the state of complete freedom, and where we are unaffected by anything and everything. Also, it's a state of discriminative understanding. So here the tad, the first very word, the tad, that or then, that. So we are saying that tad means me as the control of everything I beget. earlier sutras, Sutra 22 and 23, said that, I am the controller of everything that I get, right? So that tad refers to that. Tad abhavat, abhavat. Abhavat means when I give up. When I give up that kind of a thinking. When that sanyoga abhavo, that sanyoga we saw, that is the association. Abhavo, when it is absent, when that kind of an association is absent, what happens? Hanam. Hanam is oppose. Tadrishe, that kind of an approach. So let's put everything together. So because of the absence of, what is the absence of that kind of thinking? What kind of thinking? That I am the controller of everything I get. Without that association, because of its absence, and without that association, where we are not associating ourselves with all that I get is only because of me, that is not that abhinivesha, right? That ego, which is taking us for a ride all the time. When without that association and cessation of that view, giving up of that view, he has used 3 different terms here, just to reinforce. And giving up that view completely, cessation of that view, is kaivalyam, freedom in isolation. Kaivalyam means freedom in isolation. That is alone, detached, unaffected by everything. That's what kaivalyam is. Another way to look at kaivalyam. That is when that sense of association with profit and loss in every activity, we have this. Even with our grandchildren, we have this profit and loss accounting. Remember this. We want our grandchildren to say, "Oh, you're the sweetest grandfather. You're the greatest grandmother." When they don't say that, we get hurt. So this is another kind of profit and loss accounting. That is why we will shower gifts on our grandchildren. There is nothing that we do on a spontaneous, unaffected way. Please remember this and apply this and see it for yourself. So when that association is not there, and that cessation of the view has gone, and all this are absent, then you're in the state of kaivalyam, freedom in isolation, completely detached. Detached meaning you are not indifferent. Remember that. You are unaffected by anything and everything around you. You empathize, but you don't take other sorrow into yourself. You feel happy, but that does not mean you jump around. In every activity, it is like that. So moving on to Sutra, is this clear? So I take the silence as everything is clear.
The
So
Hanam
Sutra, Hanam is to oppose.
to oppose.
Can you please repeat the meaning of the
Hmm.
sayoga abhavo?
Abhavo.
Abhavo,
Abhavo.
sanyoga abhavo, abhavat, abhav. Normally in Sanskrit, when we speak, we say, if we are seeing a movie, the movie is called Chalana Chitram. Or supposing you're attending a class. You're attending this class and this class gets over, then we say, Vargaha abhavat. Class is over, class has ended. So, sanyoga abhavo. Sanyoga means association. We saw in the previous sutra also. in 25, 23, I think, Sanyoga, yes. Sanyoga means association with anything, with anything. Sanyoga abhava means that association is absent. Sanyoga abhava means that association is absent. Here, what we are saying as what is the association? The association of profit and loss accounting when it is absent. In every activity, when that profit and loss accounting is absent, when you don't think that you are the cause of everything happening, those two things. That's only because of me this is happening. I did it. Is this clear, Saranya?
Yes, it is clear.
Sir, can you repeat about tad abhavat mean?
Abhavat means that which has ended. It's not there. Tad is referring to the earlier things, the earlier sutras that we saw. That is me as the controller of everything. I am doing this. Because of me, this is happening. I fixed this.
Got it.
Okay. So
Previous.
225, yes.
All these thoughts are coming to an end. That I am the cause of doing something.
Mm.
That thought comes to an end. Tat abhavatis.
Yes. That
Yeah.
deep feeling, that thought. Yes.
When I give up that kind of thinking.
Yes, when you give up that kind of thing. You are asking, can I give up?
No, I'm not
No.
asking.
Okay, you're not asking. You made a statement. Correct. Yes. When I give up
Yes.
that kind of thinking. Yes. First of all, you have to know that we are doing like that. Only then you can give up that thinking. Correct. We have been brought up on a diet that this is how you have to think. This is how you are brought up. That everything is only because of you and you alone. Yes, you have to put your physical energy. You have to prepare. You have to go write the exam. You cannot sit at home and say, oh, everything the divine will take care. Nothing is in my hand, so I will sit and eat and watch TV. No, that is not what it is saying. You have to be aware. You have to be active all through your waking hours. You have to have a purpose. There has to be some purpose in every day. You cannot be just sitting and idling your time. No, certainly not. But the fruit is, and also as you make this effort, don't calculate what I'm going to get out of this. For an example, I buy a sari for my wife. Okay. And then I bring it, and when I buy the sari, the thinking is she will feel happy. That is the superficial thing. This will make her happy. Then the underlying things you have to say, if I make her happy, then she will do X. She will do Y. Now, when I'm asking her to do certain things, she will do without resisting. So these are all the underlying things in that. Same way, when a husband does it or a wife does it to her husband, this is the thinking. So see all that. See all those games that are going on. Only if you watch those games closely can you get out of that. That's why what we will do after a month, when there is some kind of an argument, you will say, didn't I buy you a beautiful sari a month back? And you're still questioning me? That sari you bought 1 month back is over. You bought it out of love. You just wanted to buy it, you bought it. Why are you bringing it up now? With me, people?
Yes.
Question here. Hold on.
Yes.
Okay. So is this, can we move on to Sutra 26?
Yes, coach.
Okay. विवेक है ख्याति ही Sutra 26. विवेक ख्याति ही अविप्लवा हान उपायः विवेक ख्याति ही अविप्लवा हान उपायः upayah is the solution. Upayah means solution. Hana we know. Hanam is only a it's only a vibhakti. Meaning it's only a different way of writing Hana. So Hana means to oppose. Apiplava means non-reacting, where you don't react. Whether it is good or bad, you don't react. Which is very, very difficult. That is what we have been seeing this for quite a few sutras. Right from first sutra, we're saying when we don't react. Because the Chitta Vrittis is asking you to react. The activations, intention of the activation is to react. So if you catch Chitta Vrittis, you won't react. So non-reactive is apiplava. Apiplava. Viveka kyatihi. Viveka is wisdom. So Viveka kyatihi is discriminative understanding. Kyatihi is understanding. So discriminative understanding. Viveka kyatihi is discriminative understanding. So the solution, that is what we saw, upayah. The solution for this. Solution for what? The solution for the cessation. You are asking, right? How we have to stop all this. How do we stop all this? The solution for cessation is unscattered discriminative understanding. So when we have unscattered discriminative understanding, all these things will stop.
Can you
Okay.
cite an example, sir? In
For?
real life, for this unscattered discriminative understanding.
So unscattered discriminative understanding, in other words, means that you have Atma Vidya. You have received Atma Vidya.
Mm-hmm.
You are able to apply it all the time. That way, you are stopping all these calculations, everything is shut off. Somebody calls me at 10 o'clock at night for help, I'll go. They call me at midnight, I'll go. Somebody calls me at 2 o'clock in the morning, and they need help, I'll help them. Somebody calls me at 4 o'clock in the morning to help them, I'll help them. Without any kind of expectation.
Doing something without any kind of expectation.
Yes, without any kind of expectation. That they will help me now, they'll help me in future. Like how many parents have this, oh, today I educate my children, tomorrow when I retire, when I'm in old age, they will take care of me. That is a big, huge expectation, and in many times it fails. Many times it fails, or most times it fails. The reason being, out of the four stages in life, brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa, there are four. Only the grihastha people earn money. The other three, they don't earn money. Brahmacharya, he is studying, he is getting ready. Vanaprasthi, he has already finished with all his responsibilities and he is slowly detaching from life. Sannyasa is completely, he has given up all his attachments and he has completely withdrawn. He can be at home, doesn't matter. I'm saying mentally he has withdrawn completely. So there is no revenue generation from any of these other three. So who has to support them?
Grahastha.
Only the grahastha. So the grahastha's responsibility is not only to support his own parents, he is supposed to support all those three, brahmacharya, vanaprasthi and sannyasa. Whoever is in that, he must support them. Not only his parents, but any other parent who needs help. I mean, if he has the resources. But what do we do as a grahastha? I don't do that, but I will save it for my future, correct? And then I don't know how much I have to save. I keep on saving and saving and saving and saving. And then without even enjoying that savings, I die. This is how we live. Okay. So this understanding of life has to come to us. This is the discriminative understanding. So the solution, upaya, the solution for all this, for the cessation of all these kinds of things, is discriminative understanding. Okay?
Got it.
So, good. Sutra 27.
Sorry, upayaha is useful or solutions?
Upaya is solution. Is the solution.
Okay, thank you.
Sutra 27. Tasya saptada pranta bhumihi prajna. Tasya saptada pranta bhumihi prajna. Saptada is sevenfold. Tasya, of this or from this, tasya, or of that. We say, while speaking in Sanskrit, tasya nama kim? What's his name? That's what it means. Tasya, his, of that, all that. Different ways in which it can be expressed. So in this case, of that, of this, saptada, sevenfold or 7 steps. Sevenfold or seven boundaries. Pranta is boundary. Boundary is pranta. Pranta brumihi is boundaries. Border or boundary. Pranta is province. Pranta is region, right? Region.
Yeah.
Region. So Pranta Bhumihi is, in Tamil we say Prantiyam, I think. Province or Prantiyam. Pranta Bhumihi is the border or boundary. Prajna. Prajna is again that intuitive awareness. So, from this are sevenfold demarcated zones for intuitive knowledge. To get to this intuitive knowledge, this discriminative understanding, this kaivalyam, how do you get there? That's what we are seeing now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So he says you have to cross 7 boundaries to get there. 7 boundaries are there before you can get to that point. And he's going to explain what all those 7 boundaries are. So 7 boundaries means when you do 7 boundaries, there are 8 pieces, correct? When you make 1 cut, there are 2 pieces. When you make 2 cuts, there are 3 pieces. 2 cuts means 2 boundaries. When there are 2 boundaries, there are 3 pieces. So
Correct.
when you, right? So when you have
Yes.
7 boundaries, you have 8 pieces or 8 things that 8 provinces will be there or 8 regions will be there. So in the next sutra, he is going to explain about that. Yoga anga anushthanat ashuddhi kshaye jnana diptihi aviveka kyatehe. Yoga anga anushthanat ashuddhi kshaye jnana diptihi aviveka kyatehe. So aviveka kyatehe means discriminative. It means discriminative. So yoga, you know what yoga is? Yoga anga. Anga is parts or organs. You can call them as organs or parts. Anushtanat. So let us see. Anushtanat is working with. So yoga, anga, anushtanat, all those 3 put together means by working with different parts of yoga. So we are not still, we know yoga means to be in union with the divine, to and to be with the divine, the chittavrittis has to be quietened, and the chittavrittis are caused by the kleshas. All that we know. These are all we know as part of yoga. So he's saying, by working with the different parts of yoga, that's what is the anushtana. I mean, yoga anga anushtana means by working with different parts of yoga. Ashuddhi kshaye, wearing away or melting away, decreasing. I mean, we take away all that is not necessary, all that avidya, etc., are going away or being taken away, or the impurities, kleshas. That's how we are saying. Ashuddhi kshaye, wearing away of all the impurities. Jnana diptihi. Deepa means light, right? Jnana diptihi. This is, which means enlightenment. Jnana diptihi is enlightenment. This so aviveka kyatehi means discriminative understanding. So all he is saying is because of the working with various parts of yoga, or because of the program of yoga aspects, and after the waning of impurities, after the clearing of the impurities, after the wearing away of the impurities, the light of knowledge comes. That is, the enlightenment comes with discriminative understanding. So now he has said that this is what it is the different parts of yoga, by working with different parts of yoga, are going to do. Now he is going to list down what are those parts. Very, very methodically, he is listing out everything. So in Sutra 29, he is listing out those, what are those parts. He said 7 boundaries, so there has to be 8 parts. So what are those 8 angas? 8 parts or 8 angas. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Samadhi, ashta angani. Samadhayah, sorry, samadhayah, ashtau angani. So the 8 parts are yama. Ashta angani means 8 parts. Ashtau angani means the 8 parts are yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and finally samadhi. Samadhyah, samadhayah is the plural of samadhi. Samadhayah, actually, why he is using plural is you may get different states of samadhi. That's why he's saying, using the word plural there. He is using the plural of samadhi. So we will see each of these. What is yama, what is niyama, what is asana, what is pranayama, what is pratyahara, what is dharana, what is dhyana, what is samadhi. We know what is samadhi, because in the samadhi pada we have dealt extensively with samadhi. So no one should have any confusion with about samadhi. Can anyone say what is samadhi? In one sentence.
Connectivity to God.
Connectivity to the
On God, like
which God?
ultimate
Krishna,
divine.
Rama, huh?
Ultimate divine.
Unmanifest divine. Yes.
Manifest.
Yeah, you have to use the correct word, unmanifest divine.
Okay, sir.
That divine, that is the only divine that we call as God, unmanifest divine. That divine which has not manifested, unmanifest divine. Okay, good, very good. So samadhi is the connectivity to the unmanifest divine. Otherwise, there is no meaning. Supposing somebody says, I was in samadhi state and has no connectivity to the divine and has not received any Atma Vidya, he has not been, he did not go to the samadhi. He kept his eyes closed, that's all. So remember that. So we will see about all these various angas the next week. So we have already covered enough. So I don't want to go into all this. So we will cover this next Sunday. Okay.
Yes. Good.
Sure.
Any questions?
Yes, sir. Thank
Hmm?
Yeah. My question is regarding the sari or food, whatever it is. Like my husband buys a sari for me. If I'm happy, he will be happy. Not like expecting something from me, but oh, my wife is happy because of that sari. He should feel happy. I don't think something is wrong with that. Like feeling happy. Okay, she's happy. I'm happy. Is this counts as a expecting something? No, being a human or being a person in life, I think it is okay to feel happy if she likes it. Same things comes into the food also. If I make something, if he likes it, yeah, God is the one who made me to do that item. But if I feel happy, okay, he should feel happy too.
Did I say you should not feel happy?
No, you didn't say, but it is like expecting something from me like that. We should not feel like that, you said.
No, what I said was, when I buy a gift and give you, and if Subramanianji buys a gift and gives you a gift,
Mm.
there is an underlying expectation from you. That is all I said. And similarly, when you do something, there is an underlying expectation. That is all I said. So I am asking you to look at those subtle expectations. That is all I said. I never said you should not feel happy.
Mm.
I also never said that Subramanian should not feel happy.
No, like for everything we expect something in the response. We should not expect like that, you said.
Correct? Yes.
Mm.
Subramanian buys a sari for you and gives it to you.
Mm.
There is an underlying expectation, not right at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
It may be later.
Okay.
Yeah, he will say, "Oh, I bought that sari. You cannot even do this."
So he should not say that. That's it. He should
It
feel
is not.
happy. But
No, it is not that he should not say.
Mm.
It is not about saying. It is about thinking.
Okay.
He can program himself not to say it, but the thinking will be there inside. Oh, I bought this. See, he is not saying to his mouth, he's thinking, I bought this. You cannot even do the simple thing.
Mm.
I'm only telling her that it is middle of the day. I cannot go and have a shower because I have a meeting to attend, and she cannot even understand this.
Mm.
Real example.
Why shower came in the middle between the saris?
No, he gave a sari 1 month back, and now you are demanding that he has a shower in the middle of the day when he is busy. So he's going to think like that.
Okay.
I'm not saying Subramanian thought like that. I'm saying this is how we think. We associate so many things. There is an underlying expectation in everything that we do. Why are you demanding that he should have a shower in the middle of hygiene is one part. And when he resists, you're saying, I do so many things for him. Why he cannot do this small thing for me? There is an expectation there. I get up early in the morning and make coffee for him, breakfast for him. Can he not do this? So think, Madhavi. Quietly, if you think, you will see all these games. Inside all of us, it is not only for you or Subramanian, it is for everyone. Everyone has to watch their own game. This is the game that we are playing all the time, all through our life.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
So sutras are now helping me to bring out all this. See, earlier in the pre-class sessions and all that, I said a lot of things. So many of you fought with me. Now sutras are helping me to bring it back to you all. Patanjali Muni is saying, I am not saying anything. Patanjali Muni also enlightened me. That is how I found out that what is there underneath what I am doing, giving gifts and saying nice things to people. So there is an expectation. This expectation is what ruins us. So this expectation means that we are asking people to behave the way we want them to, not the way they will behave. Correct? This expectation is making us want others to conduct themselves or behave in the way we want them to behave or conduct themselves. I bring up my children, I educate them. When I say myself and my wife, we sacrifice, forget about sacrifice, we help them to educate themselves, educate them, help them, finally they get settled in life. So the expectation is, oh, at some point of time, they will take care of us. And when they don't,
Mhm.
then we are in serious trouble. So every activity is having all these underlying themes. See that. Let life be spontaneous.
Mhm.
It just happens, that's all. We are all only custodians of our children, only custodians. Please remember this clearly.
Mhm.
Children have no responsibility towards us. We have been given the custody of children for so many years to take care of them, to educate them, and to place them in life so that they can become grahasthas, earn
Mm.
money. Maybe they start earning money even before they become grahasthas, because when we say grahasthasrama, based on earlier definitions, earlier years, where people started earning money after they settled, after they had a family. Now people earn money. So from the time they start earning money, they become responsible for all the other three ashramas, the brahmacharya, the vanaprastha, and sannyas. Not only in our own family, but humanity in general.
Society. So,
It's very, very important to understand this. That is Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma is to take care of all these other three ashramas, not only in our house, but in the community, in the country, in the world. Since that is not there, I have to save for my pension. I have to save starting from the time that I earn. And I have to depend on my social security and all that. All this because the grahastha has gone away from dharma.
yes.
He's moved away from dharma. So he's engaged in all adharmic activities. He will spend $20,000 on his vacation, but he will not spend $1,000 for people who need that.
Like you can donate to a old age home or some.
Why donate to an old age home? He can take care of some elderly people physically. Hmm.
Yes, Guruji.
See, this kind of thinking has gone away from us. We will say, oh, the government has to provide for the elders. Or the elders, what did they do when they were young? Why didn't they save for themselves? These are the questions we ask.
Mm.
There was a time in my house, my brother and my sister-in-law and my sister, more than the credit for my sister, I have to give the credit to my brother and sister-in-law. Not only taking care of our mother, my brother on his own, we also had an elderly aunt who was as old as my mother, maybe a couple of years younger. She had no children. She had lost her husband long back, and she was on her own.
Mm.
And by the time she turned 70 or so, my brother went to her small town and told her, enough, you have lived by yourself for enough number of years. You have already turned 70, and I know it is difficult for you. So now come with me and stay with us. This is my father's sister. Okay. So my father was long gone. My mother was there. My father was long gone. But my brother went on his own. Obviously, he discussed with my sister-in-law, and look at this big thinking on my sister-in-law. Already
Mm.
she has to take care of my mother, who is elderly, who is already similar age, 70, 75 or whatever. And in addition, she is saying, okay, go and get the other lady too. We'll take care of her. So how much of heart one has to have? And this is not, a normal elderly people. These are all very demanding elderly people too. My aunt, my aunt, she had a very tight schedule. 6 o'clock in the morning means 6 o'clock. 5:30 she will wake up, 6 o'clock she'll be ready for coffee.
Oh.
Yes, every day. No Saturday, Sunday business. Every day. Similarly, lunch means 11:30 a.m. is lunch. In between, she won't eat anything. I don't think she ate anything. So what my sister-in-law will do, if everything is not ready, she will make sure that at least one sambar, rice, and one curry is ready. 11:30, whether it is ready or not, I have seen my aunt will clean her plate and she will come and sit at the dining table. She won't say anything. She will just sit at the dining table. Bring a glass of water, she will come and sit. She would have had her bath, finished her prayers, everything, and she even at 85 or so, at the age of 85, even later, she was 90 or something when she passed away. Until then, every day at 11:30 in the morning, she will put her plate and she will be ready to eat. So whatever is ready, my sister-in-law, and she won't complain. Whatever is ready, she will eat and go. And then after that, my mother will eat around 12:30 after 1 hour. By that time, everything will be ready. And then after my mother eats, then my sister-in-law and my brother, and if there is any other guests in the house, they will all eat. Or they will all eat together with my mother. Obviously, my sister-in-law will eat at the end because she will serve, and then only she will eat. And by the time she clears the kitchen, everything, it will be 2 o'clock, 2:30. And 3 o'clock, my aunt will be ready for coffee. So my sister has to go and make coffee for her at 3 o'clock. Whether she wants to do it or not, she will do it. I mean, my aunt would have, she would have had a short nap or whatever. She would go wash her face and things like that, and come and sit at the dining table. That means she's ready for coffee. 3 o'clock. No rest for my sister-in-law. So after she gives coffee, she can have rest until about 5 o'clock. My mother will not have coffee until 5 or 4:35. So she will have an hour or so to rest. So she did this for, I think, at least 20 years, 15 years to 20 years. But how many elders get that kind of treatment?
Joint families in earlier days were like this.
Huh?
Joint families in earlier days were like this. Even my grandmother's house, it was like that.
Yeah, those are all gone, right?
Yes.
And ours is not even a joint family. But since still, my brother, I mean, we still have a house in Chennai. My brother and sister-in-law, my sister, they all live together. Right now, anyway, my sister is with her daughter in Bombay for a short visit, but she'll be back. So, but this kind of expectation that somebody will take care of us is itself incorrect. That's what the sutra is saying. It has not explicitly said that, but per Sanatan Dharma, even though the elders don't have that expectation, this is what is supposed to be done by a grahastha. He should not be saving every penny for himself. Or at least in this time of the world,
Mm.
At least spend, put away some money for the elders.
Mm. Good.
On that note, any other question?
One second. Okay. Only one small question, sir. Parents should not depend on the kids. I agree with that. When husband and wife is there, they will be living in separate homes, independent of them. But God forbid one person is no more, then staying in a home single and not expecting anything from the kids. Do you think is it fair? One or other day we will be tired. Some sickness will come. We are not perfect health forever. Okay. So at that time also we should not expect any help from kids.
I said no expectations.
Then some stranger won't come and help us. They will ask you if your kids are not.
I'm saying be open. Be open. How do you know that a stranger will not come and help? Even when a stranger is willing to come and help, we will shut the door on him.
No,
or
we
her.
will open, but our heart says even your kids are not taking care of you. How do you
That is what
expect
I'm
some?
saying. That is coming from avidya.
Mm.
That is coming from kleshas. That raga
Yeah.
dvesha says, raga dvesha says
Mm.
that raga wants that only my child should help. The dvesha says, I don't want X to help. Mm. We have dvesha towards that.
Mm.
Mm.
But really in a community, 100 parents are there. I don't think anybody will come forward and help to those parents. I know it is avidya, but in reality, if you observe, do you think somebody will come help with that
What
single
I
parent?
am saying, Madhavi, you're not understanding what I'm saying. See, I am 70.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
So if I now start thinking that my children should come and help me,
Mm.
that is an expectation, that is foolishness. That is all I'm saying.
Mm.
Mm. I must be open. That is all I'm saying.
Mm.
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 Do you know how many daughters that I have?
I don't know, sir. I am one of
Biologically. Hmm?
I am one of your daughter because Father's Day you said it.
Yes.
You are. Mm.
So I have one biological daughter who lives in Dallas, but
Mm.
I have many other adopted daughters like
Mm.
you, and there are so many others.
Mm.
On Father's Day,
Mm.
they send me messages.
Mm.
Mm. Even if I don't get from my biological daughter, I'll get from all these adopted daughters.
Mm.
So I accept all of them. I'm open.
Mm.
I'm delighted.
Mm.
There are, along with you, there is one more adopted daughter here. I don't want to name.
Mm.
Hmm. So
Yes, I'm
I have
here.
about 5 or 6 adopted daughters.
I also sent him a message on Father's Day.
Saranya not only sent me a message, she said, Appa.
Mm.
Hmm. She said, Happy Father's Day, Appa.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
So I accept them all as my daughters. So that openness is all I'm talking about.
Mm.
Hmm. But I don't have any expectation of any of my daughters, adopted or biological. I don't have any expectation. This year they wished Next year they may or may not wish. That is fine too. No problem. Till my last breath, I will give what I can give. That's all I will do. Giving is all that we have to do. Why do we constantly think about where will I get? How will I get? This expectation means constantly thinking, how will I get? What will I get? This universe is not about how will I get, what will I get. This universe is about giving. This life is about giving.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Namaste, all of you. I'll see you all next Sunday. Namaste.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
before you all go away, I don't know if you read my message. I am doing one sutra a day.
Yes, Kumar.
Every day during the daily yoga class, which is morning for us, evening in India, 7 to 8:30 here. So it should be 4:30 to 6 in India. And it is at the last 15 minutes. So even if you cannot come during the earlier part, by 5:45 or so, if you log in, you can get the sutras, or it may or may not be as part of the YouTube recording. Sometimes, the host forgets to turn on the YouTube, but by and large, it should be there. Most of the times she turns on, sometimes she may forget. So if you're interested, you can watch it. Namaste.
Namaste. Last week recording I saw.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
So I have that
Namaste.
class. I have that class in about 45 minutes. Namaste.
Namaste.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So kindly everyone please leave.
చూడాలనుకొని ఇప్పుడు కాళ్ళు చేతులు నడిచినది నడిపిస్తాం తర్వాత
నిన్నే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నువ్వు ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసాను వాళ్ళు కేక్ ఏదో తెస్తారని ఏమైంది తేలేదు అది మాట అది అలాగే ఇక్కడ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయకపోతే
Subramanian, please leave the session and then you can have the discussion.
ఎవరో ఒకళ్ళు వస్తారే మన ఇంటిదే ఇప్పుడు మొన్న ఇక్కడ చెట్లు పడ్డాయి మన ఎక్స్పెక్ట్
Subramanian ji, please leave the session.